Our farm and factory are both in Lahaina, Maui, within 2 miles of each other. The farm and its surroundings are green during the winter rainy season, but for most of the year, the surrounding area is dry as tinder and subject to brush fires. Clean and pure water comes from the West Maui Mountains and is used to irrigate our cacao orchards. Young trees are raised in our nursery for about 6 months before planting in the field. Windbreak and shade trees surround the orchard perimeter and are planted within each field to provide protection from strong winds and to filter the sunlight reaching the cacao trees. As the seasons change, following the first rains of winter and warm, dry weather of summer, tiny cacao flowers form at nodes on the trunk and main limbs of the tree. Following pollination by a flying insect called a midge, the fruit develops and matures over the next 5 to 6 months. The main harvest season is in the spring, and a second, smaller harvest also occurs during the fall. Cacao pods come in a wide variety of shapes and colors. Ripening fruits change in color from green or purple to yellow or red. The range of colors spans the entire spectrum, with some pods being multicolored. The pods are opened using a sharp strike with a knife, followed by a quick twist to crack the husk open, revealing the white fruit pulp that surrounds the seeds. The fresh pulp is delicious and tastes somewhat like lychee and mangosteen, sweet, pleasantly sour, and floral in character. The raw seed is very bitter and must be processed to develop the chocolate flavors. After cracking the pods, the seeds and pulp are stripped from the husks, which are returned to the fields to compost and recycle nutrients to the soil. Fresh cacao beans are poured into large wooden boxes and covered with banana leaves for the most important step of the process, fermentation. Fermentation is a multi-step process where yeasts from the environment use the sugars in the pulp as a food source to produce alcohol. The temperature of the fermenting cacao starts to rise, and complex aromas of yeast and alcohol fill the air. Every 1 to 2 days, the mass of cacao is regularly moved from one box to another to provide even fermentation and aeration for the next stage of the process. After 3 days, the alcoholic fermentation is complete, and a secondary fermentation starts to produce acetic acid or vinegar. At this stage, the temperature of the fermentation rises to about 120 degrees Fahrenheit and develops a pungent aroma similar to apple cider vinegar. The alcohol, acetic acid, and high temperatures cause a physical and chemical transformation within the seeds, resulting in the complex chocolate flavors. Proper fermentation is critical to produce the flavors found in fine chocolate. The seeds, often referred to as beans, are sun-dried to reduce the moisture content so that they can be safely stored and aged for later use.